Real quick before we roll into this video, a quick shout out to PCBWay for helping make it possible. What does PCBWay do, you might ask? Well, do you have a project in mind, ready to get it working? Building a main board for an amplifier or something, maybe making like a homemade router or just a fun toy that requires some sort of electronic parts in it that you want to specifically implement. PCBWay offers you a lot of services and blank slates for you to get your start on. They offer a massive list of services from custom PCBs, molding, CNC work, 3D machine printing, and lots more than that. They can help make your life and your project super easy and super simple to bring to life. Check them out today for your custom project needs, small scale and large. There'll be a link down below. Tell them Matt from 86 said hey. Hey guys, what's up? It's Matt with 86, and I'll try not to be as long-winded in this one as I was with the Model O. When it comes to Glorious, I've kind of learned that this is just one of those companies that when they make something like this, it's sort of like, alright, here's my money, just take it. Everything about the Model I is the next step up from the Model O, in my opinion. It's tilted some and slightly more comfortable to hold. It's got a kind of slanted angle. The mouse feels native to my grip, while making sure my thumbs are comfortably higher to make sure the additional programmable buttons on the left side are easily accessible. With maybe the exception of the sniper button, I believe they call it on the box. Because with the way I grip it, it's a little bit far forward for me for 3 buttons directly above my thumb, which makes it a little more difficult to get to. But that's how I grip, that's not everybody. They've also now made it so that you can swap these buttons, the sniper button and the furthest back button, which is initially the back button, I believe. I've reprogrammed it to be the alt button instead of using alt on my keyboard because I like that better. But we'll get into programmability in just a moment. The buttons are easy enough to swap. You just kind of get in there and they're held in with 2 tiny magnets on each one. Pop them off and put the one you want on there better. For me, the back button having a more elongated version of that button was a much nicer feel for me, so that's what I went with. But they should have one that's a low profile, kind of a medium, and then one that sticks out a little bit more for those of you that would like something a little more pronounced. I found it a little bit odd they didn't make all of them swappable, but you know, those 2 being swappable definitely kind of make a difference to me, and I guess that's really what matters, is the ones that are going to make the most amount of difference should be the swappable ones. Now, not a whole lot's changed with the sensor or anything that I can actually detect. It may be the exact same BAMP sensor that's in the Model O mouse, and I will say that it feels just as snappy and just as awesome as the Model O mouse. In core, you can do a lot of the same stuff like debounce and lift off just between 1 to 2 millimeters. You can just as easily reassign button mapping to just about any preset they could think of to add in there, as well as create your own macros on a more detailed macro timeline. So if you're somebody that really gets into macros, this is probably going to be a little bit more of an in-depth one for you. You can save profiles to the mouse, which is great so that you can program buttons to be what you want them to be and then move them around between computers or not have to run Glorious Core in the background. Big thumbs up on that, like that, then I don't have to have it open and I can save my profiles to the mouse. They did manage to keep this mouse 68 grams also, using that patented honeycomb design of theirs, but still no vapor barrier inside in case something does happen. You spill on this mouse, it doesn't look like it's protected by a vapor barrier. I'm not going to try it to find out, but I'd recommend not spilling anything on your mouse. I love how they make such good lightweight mice like this. This is just, it's pretty amazing because it feels like real quality and they managed to do it with a really low weight. The scroll wheel offers a little resistance and has tactile steps when scrolling. The scroll wheel can be bumped to the right but not to the left. It can also be depressed downward. We'll pause here real quick so that you can hear the switches on the mouse because, you know, sometimes people like to hear what the mice switches sound like, so let's do that right now. It does have a DPI up and down control so that you can DPI up and DPI down quite easily. Look, I bought this mouse as soon as it hit the market. I have no regrets, but now one of my Model O's now has to go back into a box. So that's kind of a regret. Big thumbs up from me. The Model I is a great mouse. Every click with the mouse has been on the money, and I just have got to say, when it comes to mice, I don't think there's a brand I could probably recommend more. I like me some Glorious, and I'm gonna keep probably spending money on them as long as they're making good products, and I hope that they continue to make good products. You guys have a great day, night, whatever it is, and I'll see you in the next video that I do.